How do you relate God and the universe? Well, for me, of course, I'm a firm believer in God. I believe God lives in me. I also believe that God created the universe that which we live in which all things are aligned. And it's kind of wild, but anytime I speak to the universe and ask for something, and trust in that and have faith in that, it comes to me. For instance, new job recently got. I'm very thankful to God for that. I asked for it, and I asked for it, and it was given. It was awarded to me, in very fast, And the job before that, I asked for it. It was given. Well, I earned it like that. You know what I'm saying? And just for a lot of things that have happened in my life that when I believed, when I had faith in something, it was given to me. So I can appreciate that happening for me. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. Some people don't believe in God. Some people don't believe in, they believe in God. Some people believe in Jesus. Some believe in Buddha. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe everybody's got the same message. If I'm being truthful, do just find ways to be righteous. That's just find ways to be righteous, and that's what one must try to do and aim to do. And you get out, like, the universe is going to give you whatever you put into it. So if you put out hate, if you put out stuff like that, then hatred in that sense is going to turn back to you in some way, shape, or form. You might ride on a high for a little while, but your monkey ass is going to get it. So, I mean, like, I equate it to just it's like a balance of the relationship. God is something that He just gives you that strength. And I believe that you are made in His image, so therefore we are God, and He lives inside of us. So it's like it's a circle of spirituality, of energy just being pushed upon. And it's all about what you put out there and your mindset too, because whatever you believe is the truth ultimately. Like, that's just if you think about it. Like, for instance, when I was younger, my mom's told me that if the thunderstorms was just God telling me, it was God getting me for the things I'd done wrong. As far as I know, it's the motherfucking truth. And now, as an adult looking back at it, it's like, it's like, what the hell were you thinking? But that's the impression. Kids are impressionable. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what it is. And we still work the same way. If you believe this, then it's the truth. Whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, of course, like with me, and reading a book or something like that, you believe what they're telling you is to be true, then it's the truth. Somebody else may read the book and believe it's not. So that's their truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth is just in the eye of the beholder. And, excuse me. And it's all about perspective, how you see things. You know what I'm saying? Everything's about perspective. No right or wrong answer. Just looking at things from perspective. But, I just feel like God and the universe go hand in hand. He creates the universe. You give that energy to the universe. Whatever you give to it, that energy comes back to you. So, it's best to get out of your negative thoughts. Don't use anger as a response, and try to remain calm. And because again, if you have you have evil on your mind, then evil's gonna come out. So you just have to find ways to have positivity, and it's hard too, because some of you motherfuckers deserve it. Some of you motherfuckers deserve that hate that somebody has for your ass. But we have to do our best to stay the course and realize what's important to us. So, God and the universe, how they're related. Whatever energy you put out there is what you're going to get back. Whatever that is. So, just be mindful. of your actions, and do your best to try to do right by the people around you, and try to better yourself. That's really all I got on that. The most difficult thing as a man to overcome and talk about mental health, your pride, really, and it's the idea that you're not supposed to talk about your feelings on the inside. And for a long time, I did not do that shit. I was a trap door. You know, I come from a family who does not communicate their feelings. Like, you just let shit happen and fuck it, whatever happens to you happens to you. But you get a lot further when you're able to manage your emotions a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And communicate. So I find myself in a position where I know how to communicate my feelings a little bit better than I did before. I won't say I'm all the way, I'm a work in progress, but I damn sure am a lot better than what I was in previous times. So the most difficult thing is just getting over the stigma, like, of how you're going to be perceived as a man. And some people can handle that. Some people are like, oh man, I don't want no man talking about his fucking feelings, and then it's a turn off for them or what have you. You know what I mean? But you gotta have that ability to communicate. Everything is not for everyone. So just learning from yourself, and you grow so much, and being able to remain, like I said, remain calm in situations where you probably should be popping the fuck off. But you look at what you can control. You look at what does it really hurt you, and insult. A person insulting you is just that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's their reflection on themselves. It has nothing to do with you. So you have to be able to recognize that, and don't take anything personal. Don't make assumptions, and all the other shit that's in the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And it makes you look at life so much differently and at a calm level. Because there are a lot of times where we do make shit about us. We've been that way since we were kids. You know what I'm saying? Just like we're designed that way. For instance, if you were a kid and your parents got divorced, something about you thinks that they're getting divorced because of you. It has nothing to do with you. But that's just how our brains are wired. It's how we come into the world, because everything's about us. It's the ego for you. You know what I'm saying? And there comes a time where you do have that phase in your life where everything is about you when it comes to your parents and all that stuff. But you also have to be trained and transition into this point in the period where you realize that not everything is about you. And a lot of us never leave that because we probably never had that, where it wasn't ever about us. So we try to take that moment now and like, fuck that shit. This is about me, but you have to self-soothe. You have to love yourself, parent yourself, which is one of the hardest fucking things you ever had to do. Especially if you're a father yourself, and you don't know how to parent yourself. How the fuck you gonna parent another kid? So you do the best you can. But yeah, I say all that to say that the most difficult thing to overcome is just the pride issue and worrying about how others will perceive you. And you can't worry about that because a person's opinion of you is none of your business. So get over your pride. Be able to discuss what's actually going on inside so that you can live longer and not want to take your own life due to your ego. And just find your soul. You have to separate yourself. You have to separate the two of them, your ego from your soul, because you are not your thoughts. Men out there, especially black men, understand, man, like, it's all right for us to express, communicate how we feel. You know what I'm saying? It maybe just amongst the fellas. If it's not able to happen with your woman or around women and shit like that, maybe just communicate with the fellas, man, because we all we got. Gotta look out for each other. Women gonna band together. So we gotta hold each other down, man. We gotta have that bond. You gotta have male bonding. You gotta be able to find that tribe of yours. Men run in tribes. So we need that in order to feed off of each other, and build from each other and build from one another. So find you a good tribe that you're able to express yourself with, man, and so you can still be a man at the end of the day, and let's get better. I would take my own advice and give it to others about relationships. If you are in a relationship, fuck no, because you're not in the right state of mind, especially like if you're in love. Like, in love is some other shit. Yeah, you're not moving on logic at that point in time. You have to do your damnness to hold your shit together when you are in that relationship with somebody that gives you this feeling, and it highlights a lot of your own insecurities, and it's really what usually happens, where it's this fear of abandonment, or if you learn that you have a fear of intimacy, if you're like myself, and when you're with somebody and you have this fear that somehow or another they're going to leave you just as much as anybody else did in your life, be it or feeling like you were abandoned or weren't loved and nurtured, you know what I'm saying? Be it by your parents, be it by previous relationships, and it really just goes down to childhood. To be all honest with you. So, yeah, you know the right things, but you don't always do the right things. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like when you're in it, you're just in it, and you just find yourself in a whirlwind. Like, fuck, you can just give somebody that, it's easy. It's easy to tell the play from the stands, but when you're in the game, it's a total different ballgame. You don't have the same vantage point, and you want to have different perspectives. And that's why you want to be able to listen to your friends when you get into that stage where you're in, or friends or fam, or anybody you trust. I'll say that shit, because you would think family is somebody that you can trust, but even today, you're not able to trust these motherfuckers. So you want to find somebody that you can trust, that's willing to give it to you straight, as far as like the feelings that you're having towards this individual. You know what I mean? And listen. You know what I'm saying? Put your ego aside so you can listen. Like, hey, this is what I feel you're doing, type thing. And once you see that, you're able to assess whether or not you agree with that perspective. And if you do agree with that perspective, then you can make change to it. But if you don't agree with it, then you're going to continue to do the same. And that's what people tend to do. Because I'm sure all of us have seen our friend go through some shit where they were dating the wrong guy, or they were dating the wrong girl for their mental health, but they couldn't, they wasn't hearing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, I love this person, and yeah, this is who I'm with. And then us on the outside is just like, that nigga don't want you. That bitch don't want you. She is not for you. She is about herself. This is more about a love of self, not a love of you. But you're not able to tell them shit because they're that far gone. And that's what happens. Even the best doctors are the worst patients in that sense. You might have somebody that gives great advice, but in a relationship they lose their shit. I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the warning signs like I probably should have. And in my most recent relationship. And like I said, there's no knock on that individual. It's just more so about where I was mentally and where she was. You know what I'm saying? And we all got to go through this journey. So, I mean, hopefully she learned from me the way I learned from, situations that we went through together. And like I said, there's no sense of being angry, upset, or anything, like being resentful, because it doesn't do anything and it's beta for one. But we want to get to a point where we are able to look at a situation and learn from it, because anger is just a response to something. You don't have to respond in anger. You can respond with, okay, again, being calm and learning how to move. You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes you angry becomes your master. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to learn from it. What did you get from the situation? So being able to assess that. So what I see, it's like, yeah, taking time to look at, to pull yourself from the situation that you're in. Like, yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard trying to take the your own advice when you're in a relationship with somebody, because it depends on how deep you get. If you allow yourself to be in love with a woman, you're fucked, you know, mentally. Like, as far as like making the decision, it's better. Hopefully it's one that's not gonna take advantage of you. Because if she's the type to take advantage of you and you're in that in love phase, you're done. You're fucking done. And, you know, you just gotta ride that shit out, man. And it can be long. It take a while for you to get out of it, especially if you put them on a pedestal the way, you know, that myself and others have done in relationships. You know what I'm saying? So it could take years. It could take months. Who knows? But you have to find yourself again. You got to find your strength within yourself to be yourself. Do I take my own advice when I'm in a relationship? Hell no.